What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Thursday. Got a nice 8-game slate here tonight. I got it broken down for you with 6 of my favorite plays in the slate, my money 6. So before we get going, if you could drop a like in the video, really means a lot. Let's try to get over 100 likes on this video. And last night, up and down night, some games just really got ugly, including that Trailblazers game. And of course, I had Damian Lillard and Enes Kanter. So that really didn't work in my favor. Lillard somehow couldn't score in that matchup. And of course, I was just trying to decide between Devin Booker and Damian Lillard. I thought Booker was a little bit safer just because it wouldn't blow out. But I also thought that Devin Booker wouldn't be able to drop over 50 points again after dropping 60 points. That's unheard of. So that really sucked. Kind of a slap in the face. But hopefully we can have a better night here tonight. We have some more competitive basketball games. Last night, a few of the games were just really ugly between teams that really don't care to win or lose. But we have some more competitive games. So I'm going to go with the best player in one of the most competitive games. I think James Harden here at 11,100. He's coming off two kind of lesser games, but this game was because it was a blowout. So he didn't play as many minutes and wasn't able to fill it up as much against the Pelicans. But against Milwaukee, just really struggled with the shot, 1 from 9 from 3. But he is going back home. He has been a little bit better shooting and just putting up DraftKings points at home, 65 compared to 59 on the road. And also, like I said, this game, the Nuggets fighting for the 1 seed, the Rockets fighting for the 3 seed. So we got teams that are going to be actually playing basketball, running at their starters out for more minutes compared to some other teams. And I think Harden can just bounce back here in a pretty solid matchup. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. I'm going to go with Clint Capela that same game. With Kenneth Faried still out here for this game, Capela can get around 35 minutes again. Typically when he gets some more minutes, he is able to fill it up even more. Had a 17 and 11 last game. I think he has a really good shot at getting a double-double again here in this matchup against Denver. I think it's just a favorable matchup for Capela if you just think of how Jokic kind of is as a player. He's just more of a methodical guy. Not really crazy athletic, but Clint Capela, polar opposite. Crazy athletic, not really methodical. He's just going to yam in your face, get some really good rebounds and stuff like that. So I think he can kind of get some work done on the offensive end and may go overlooked just because on paper the matchup isn't great, but Capela can definitely take advantage of it. 44 DraftKings points on average in the 2 games against the Denver Nuggets. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there. Can get up to 40 DraftKings points there. And for my third guy, I'm going to go with Buddy Hield here at 7,100. Going against the Pelicans, he has that really good upside, especially in a matchup like this where it's going to be high scoring, over-under around 235. Should stay fairly close. Both teams not really playing for that much. Technically, the Kings aren't ruled out of the playoffs, but they pretty much are. They have a long way to go to even get a chance of making the playoffs. But the Kings aren't really playing for a draft pick either. Their pick is already going to the Celtics, so it doesn't really matter if they give the younger guys just more run to continue to make them improve, just get some more game experience. And Buddy Hield has been playing some pretty consistent minutes, 35, 36, 35, 36, 4 to the last 5 games. So I think he has that good upside here and a really good matchup against the Pelicans team that do struggle against guards. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my third guy. Then I'm going to go with Spencer Dinwiddie here. He was a little bit just kind of struggled a little bit with the shot in the beginning of last game. But it did go to double OT, so he played 41 minutes, and he was able to give us decent value with 28 DraftKings points. But his price tag has fallen even more to 5,400, and that's really good value for a guy that does have extremely good upside off the bench if he does catch fire. He hasn't been filling it up as much recently. He does have the ability to fill it up a little bit more than he has been, and I think his shot could get a little bit going a little bit more here in this matchup against Philadelphia. If he does play that kind of 2 position with the starting lineup with D'Angelo Russell, he does have a solid matchup there, as J.J. Redick is not a great defender if he matches up with him, and he has been really good against his Philly team all year long. Definitely, it's a smaller sample, only 3 games against the team, but he's shooting lights out, 60%, 10 for 13 from 3, 76%, and 39 DraftKings points on average. So some really good production so far in this matchup. And like I said, has a really good upside off the bench. D'Angelo Russell can be an up and down player with his own shot. Like we've seen 40 plus drafting points for Spencer Dinwiddie in the past. He was honestly playing better than playing better than D'Angelo Russell the beginning of the season, or like the mid kind of point of the season. So 5,400, I think he has some good upside and definitely worth the price tag. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fourth guy. Then I'm going to go with Fred VanVleet here with the news of Kawhi Leonard being out. We've seen the same kind of game recently against this Knicks team where Kawhi was out and Fred VanVleet entered the starting lineup even alongside Kyle Lowry. He was able to put up 39 drafting points. And I think he has that kind of upside again here, as he'll have the ball in his hands a little bit more. Kyle Lowry also, his minutes have been limited. There's no real reason for the Raptors to give him like a healthy amount of minutes. They're pretty much locked into the 2 seed. And this is a matchup against the Knicks where even if Kyle Lowry plays like 2 minutes, I think they easily can win over this Knicks team. So Fred VanVleet, really good assist ability, some good scoring ability against a Knicks team that do struggle pretty much against every position. And VanVleet can really run the show well without Kawhi and with limited kind of Kyle Lowry. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fifth guy. And for my final guy, Ian Clark here. I think I got to move Buddy Hield to shooting guard. So we got to move that around. But Ian Clark here at shooting guard at 3,700. What's his name is out. Frank Jackson is out of this game with a concussion, so that opens up a good amount of minutes. I mean, Frank Jackson was playing around like 35 minutes a game at shooting guard for the Pelicans recently, so I think Ian Clark could step in there with around 25 to maybe even 30 minutes. I'm not sure what they're going to do with their lineup. There's a lot of kind of weird positional players that play kind of a shooting guard / small forward, so I don't know how they're going to handle it, but Ian Clark does make the most sense just based on shooting guard as of right now. So at 3,700, he has been a guy that when he's been given over 20 minutes, he has been putting up some solid production. 24 against Toronto, 16 against Milwaukee, kind of a tough matchup, 30 against Orlando, and 18 against Atlanta. So he has the upside, but I think hopefully we get a little bit more clarity on who's going to be starting for the Pelicans at shooting guard. Maybe that will be better value if it's someone else. But currently, Ian Clark makes the most sense as a clear backup to Frank Jackson. So I'm going to lock him in there as my value guy to get us up to 5,400 remaining per player. So that's the money six. So you got James Harden, Ian Clark, Buddy Hield, Clint Capela, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Fred VanVleet. Some good value, and hopefully Harden and Capela can be a nice combo to give us like over 100 DraftKings points between the two of them. But good luck here tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like in the video if you did. Hope you won some money. And also, if you want to check out my MLB DraftKings points, I uploaded that video. The slate does start at 4 p.m. So if you're watching this after 4 p.m., the video doesn't really have any meaning to it anymore. But good luck here tonight, and we'll see you back here again next time.